Hey everyone, it's Kathy, and you're back here in my craft room and on my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's project. If you caught my live yesterday, you saw that I premiered the new products that I had purchased for the new mini catalog that's going to debut on January the 5th. Well, I thought I wanted to go ahead and do a project using one of those bundles or actually collection, and I chose the Country Bouquet. I love this little heart. I think our next big card making series will be Valentine, so I'm getting a head start on that since Christmas. Hopefully everybody's got their Christmas cards done. You might have a last minute thing, but I have an entire playlist with over 20 plus cards in my playlist for Christmas cards 2022. So if you haven't finished your cards, go check that out on my YouTube channel. Okay, without any further ado, let me show you what I plan to do with this today. And this is, I'm actually casing a card that's in the mini catalog. So the Country Bouquet comes with this beautiful punch that punches out the hearts and the leaves, and I love it. It's so pretty. And that's what we're going to be doing today. This is going to be a simple, very quick card. You're going to need a card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I wrote my measurements here so that just so I would have them in front of me. The other thing you're going to need from the Designer Series paper that is called the Country Gingham, and it comes in a 6x6 pack like this. And I chose the pattern that has the different plaid, this one right here, kind of going at a slant. I love that one. I thought it was very pretty. And again, like I said, I'm casing this card from the catalog because I thought it was beautiful. So I have a piece of this cut at 4 1/4 by 3 5/8, and that is going to mat on top of this just like that. So I wanted just a faint amount of the white to show around the edges. Then I cut a piece of Sweet Sorbet, and this is 3 by 4, and that's going to get adhered right in the center of that. Designer Series paper again, and this one is the Country Floral Lane, and I chose this pattern here. It's nice and soft, and yet it really does pop against the plaid and the Sweet Sorbet. So that's our next layer. You're also going to need, because we're going to pull in another punch, and this one is called the bow punch, and we're going to need it for the we're going to need that for the little greenery that we're going to cut green to actually punch my little bows out. This is the bow punch, and it's in the annual catalog, but I'm going to use this bigger piece, so I'm going to put this in. I think I'm going to cut this. I'm going to use my scissors and just cut off a piece about like that. Let's see if we can get this in and just punch that one piece out. So we're going to slide that down like that and punch, and we can throw that one away. And then we can do the same thing again by just cutting a strip and slide it in and punch, and we didn't throw that one away. That way you conserve your cardstock and you're not wasting with a bunch of little scraps that you got to throw away. So we need 2 of those. Now I'm also going to do some stamping. So for our stamping, we are going to use our Country Bouquet, and I'm going to stamp this heart, and it's just an outline of a heart, and I've already stamped it, so this is what it looks like. And we can use this punch to punch it out. As you can see, you can put that in after you stamp it and punch it. So I've got that, and then I stamped the whole thing to get this little heart off of the bottom, and that gave me this piece left over, and I'm going to save that for another card. So I also stamped the leaves, and they look like that, and once you stamp them you can punch them out from here, and I stamped those in mint macaron, and this is what they look like. So with all of our elements together, we can go ahead and put this card together. So I'm going to go ahead and use some glue, and I'm going to glue this piece to my card base. And this you're going to have a very small margin on, so when you put it down, just kind of wiggle it around a little bit till you get it just about like you want it. And that looks good. Give it a good press. Now we're going to put down our piece of sweet sorbet, and that's going to go down right about here. And you just want to kind of eyeball center it. Now all the measurements going to be on my blog along with pictures, so you'll be able to see the actual card. So now we're going to put this piece here to mat over top of that. So again, we're just layering the pieces up. You want to kind of work to make sure you're getting your borders nice and even, and that looks really pretty. I love the way that's coming together. So now we get to do the fun part, and that's the decorating. So we have our little heart. Let's move these pieces out of my way so I can get to what I need. Okay, so what I want to do is I cut a small piece of the back side of this that's this pretty blue. It's like a balmy blue, and it just looks really pretty on here. So I'm going to bring it over to about there, and then my sentiment is Happy Valentine's Day, and I'm going to bring it up to the top about like that. And this is where this is going to live. We're going to pop all of this up on dimensional, so let's go ahead and put this down. Right about there. I'm trying to decide, do I want to pop this up? Yeah, let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on this one. And lift off your backers, really simple. And now I'm going to set this kind of up to the top a little bit and over. So it's just that little bit peeking out from under it, but I want to make sure it's nice and straight. Something like that. Now we're ready to go ahead and build our little collage over here. So I need a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals right there on that corner, and I'm going to stack them. When you stack them, you put one, take the backer off, and then put another one on top of it. That just gives you that extra height that I think we're going to need here. And I'm going to put glue over on this side, just a tiny bit. And I'm going to position this right about there, and I think I need a couple dimensionals under it, so I'm going to stack these before I put them on. Those up underneath there. About like that. Now we're going to take the small heart and we're going to glue it just with regular glue right there. So that's good. Now we need to put our greenery in. So let's do our leaves. And I'm going to kind of turn them just a little bit. Curl them to give them just a little bit of life. Put a little glue right here. And just tuck it right up under the edge of your heart. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I'm going to curl it just a tiny bit. And this one's going to come out over here. So again, glue right here on the end. Something like that. Now we're going to take our green sprigs and they're going to come under here just about like that. And I'm going to do the same thing. Just taking my finger very gently and giving them a little bit of a curl. I'm going to put glue on the bottom edge and just tuck that in like that. And then we're going to take the other one, and again I'm just going to use my fingers to give that a little bit of a curl, and this one's going to come in right there. So now all we need is a bow, and I'm going to do this with some baker's twine, or the linen thread, I'm sorry. This is our linen thread, and I love this stuff. It's so easy to work with, and it's very forgiving. So I think I'm going to do like a double loop bow, and I may just go ahead and use my little method like this. And bring that up underneath here. And now we have this really cute little double loop bow that we can put in with a glue dot right about there. So I'm going to take one of the glue dots and I'm going to actually roll this up because I don't want it the size that it is. So I'm going to just kind of roll it off with my finger like that. And there it is on my finger. And I'm going to make it small. So a little tiny. Put it right on the back. And then tuck it right up underneath the edge of the heart. And then we're going to trim this tail. And there is our card. The only thing that we need to do is make a sentiment on the inside. So I'm going to take a piece of the sweet sorbet. And I'm going to make a mat for the inside. And a classic mat I know is 4 1/4. I'm a 4 by 5 1/4. I'm sorry, 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut this down to 4. And I'm going to turn it to 5 1/4 and cut. And we're also going to need a piece of white. So I have a piece right here, and then we need to cut this down to 3 3/4 by 5. I'm taking it down 1/4 of an inch, and this is going to give us a really cute border around the edge. It's something like that. So for the inside, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry through with the heart. Let's see, sentiments. I am going to stamp my heart right here in the bottom. I think I'm going to do it in this direction. And then I'm going to take the little small hearts. There's some small hearts in here. These are like 2 little solid hearts, and I'm going to take those and I'm going to stamp them right about here. I'm done with the sorbet, but I want to carry through, so I'm going to use these little stems, the little sprigs, and let's use this one, and I'm going to do that with the mint macaron. Sorry about Bella, she's snoring again. She seems to be her thing. Alright, this is the mint macaron, so I'm going to keep it soft. And I'm going to stamp here. I'm going to stamp off, so let's see. I'm just going to use a post-it note. Something like that. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment. I think I'm going to do with love for you. That way I think it can be anybody's card, with love for you. So I am going to get my stamp back on there. There's for you. With love for you. I think that's all it needs to say. So I'm going to line this up right about here. So now I'm going to grab another stamp block. Let me clean off my stamp. Okay, and then I'm going this all up. Let's stamp this on here before we actually commit to our card. So I'm going to ink that up in the Sweet Sorbet. Oh, I've got it upside down. See, it pays to stamp off on something different. I knew it didn't look right on the block. So let's clean it. Okay, that looks better. So let's try that again. Very pretty. So I'm going to tap it, and then I'm going to come over to my piece, and I'm going to stamp up high, right about there. Beautiful. Now we're ready to put this inside our card. So what we're going to do is go ahead and mount it onto this piece first, and I'm going to continue using liquid glue. And layer it onto this piece. Then we can open this up, and this can go right in the center. So again, some liquid glue. And I'm going to center that up inside. Give it a good press, and our card is finished. How beautiful is that? I thought it turned out absolutely stunning. So I'm going to zoom you out in a little bit so you can see it closer. So leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this country bouquet. It's actually Country Floral Lane is the entire suite, but this particular stamp set is called Country Bouquet, and it is absolutely stunning. So I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making this card. Merry Christmas to everyone, and we're on the countdown to the last week till Christmas. So I hope everybody stays safe and happy, enjoy time with family, and God bless. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. Until we craft again, God bless and keep you. Bye-bye.